The triangular shape, it's not really a good term for that. The official name for this last matrix we saw, which is called the row echelon form. So from now on, I'm no longer going to say the triangular shape augmented matrix. Instead of that, I'm going to say the row echelon form. And I'm going to give you the exact criteria which you have to follow in order when you decide whether the given matrix is a row echelon form or not a row echelon form. Sometimes it may not be so easy as it seems. So look at this. So we say something like this. A matrix, augmented matrix, is in row echelon form if and only if. I don't know if you know this abbreviation. IFF is just basically abbreviation for the if and only if. Two things are true. All 0 rows, they're supposed to be at the bottom of that matrix. If it's not so, then you have to do this. You have to achieve this stage by doing the row swap elementary operation. First of the operations which is available to us. Row swap. If this is so, then you're halfway towards the row echelon form. The second one, it is trickier than the first one. Listen what it says. It says, in any non-zero row, the first non-zero entry is further to the right than the first non-zero entry of the row above it. These two criteria must be tested every time you see the matrix and you decide whether it's row echelon form or not row echelon form. So here's the matrix we come up with on the slide before. Look at this. Well, we don't have any 0 rows in this matrix, so the first criterion is obviously satisfied. The second one, look at this. In every non-zero row, the first, let's just say the second one, the second row, here's the first non-zero entry. According to the criterion here, it's supposed to be further to the right than the first non-zero entry in the row above. Here it is. And here it is. And now I made my test. You see, in every non-zero row, first row, second row, third row, entry with the first entry with the first non-zero entry is further to the right than the similar entry in the row above it. These entries, they have a special name. We call them pivots. Entries, the one which I circled, the first non-zero entries in every row, we call them pivots. It's a nice term. You can use it just to abbreviate the language to make it easier. The other language which you should remember is that the columns which carry pivots, sometimes it may not be so. I mean, like for instance, we see this column, it doesn't have any pivot in it, doesn't it? Columns which carry pivots, they're called leading columns. It's another language which you have to remember. There are another two things which are like something which you have to remember. Leading row. It's a less frequently used term, leading row, but it means that it's a row with non-zero.